Di from Be Mommy with Style, and I wanted to do a little chatty vlog today and kind of recap my experience that I had when I was at Walt Disney World and kind of, I guess, give you the highlights. But this is really going to be about what I came away with that inspired me and kind of what I think it might do for my channels in the future, and just a couple like light bulbs that clicked on. And I honestly just wanted to do this before I really got too far away from it. So it is a week today that I went to Walt Disney World, and I just wanted to kind of talk about the things that inspired me. So maybe it might inspire some of you guys, although, you know, obviously when you're immersed in it, you kind of, everyone gets different things out of it. But anyhow, so I will share the things that we brought back. No, I didn't bring, we've had this for a really long time. But anyhow, I, of course, am a Disney fanatic, so this was a fantastic trip for me. And I probably talk more about like the experiences like on the rides and things like that. I will say I did Expedition Everest for the first time, and that was fantastic. But really, I wanted this to be about what I came away with for myself, I guess, and kind of my thoughts on that. And I feel like I want to type it out on a blog later too, so this maybe I'll incorporate it into one. So we had a number of sessions where we had different speakers come in, and it was really cool to hear from the humans behind the channel, and you really realize that everyone starts at the same spot. You know, regardless of whether you're a channel that has millions of subscribers now, or if you're at 20,000 subscribers or 100,000 subscribers, there's a human behind each of those channels, and it's really interesting to hear their stories of how they got started with YouTube, how they kind of fell into it, or whether it was a planned thing and that sort of thing, what kept them going, and also how their channel kind of evolved to whatever point it was currently at. I believe at one point someone kind of said something along the lines of, you know, we're all on a similar journey, we're just in different spots on that journey. And so I thought that that was kind of a neat concept, and it was really interesting to hear from quote unquote larger YouTubers as far as, you know, how they got where they are and what their motivation and inspirations were. So that part was really cool. I will say that the kind of standout part for the weekend for me personally, we were at Walt Disney World. We had a number of speakers, like the president of Walt Disney World, there was Creative Inc. We also had Pixar Animation Studios come past. So there was a number of speakers that were specific to Disney, and that was really, really neat to have access to be able to hear them speak and hear their methods and hear how things came together. And the point of the weekend was the last full day that we were there, when Pixar Animation Studios, their people were up there and talking about their different short films and how they all came together. And when the director of the new short film Lava, that is coming out in June 2015 in the States, I believe there was a preview in Japan, but he was up there and talking about how it all came together and all these different pieces for a 7-minute short film and all the different people that worked on it. And at first, you know, my mind is just thinking like, oh my goodness, like 7 minutes. It was an amazing short film. I absolutely loved it. I definitely encourage you to go see it. I can't wait for the girls to see it. But so first off, it was great. And then I'm just thinking in my brain, like, there's all these people for all these months working to put together a 7-minute film. And then it kind of hit me, like, this is what we do on YouTube. Like, we're short filmmakers. Regardless of whether it is this short story of me sitting back and just kind of regurgitating an experience I had, or whether it's a story of what's in my bag, or the day in my life. We are short filmmakers, and we are telling stories. Of course, there was a lot of that narrative of Walt Disney was a storyteller, and we are all storytellers too. Disney really encourages stories. And when that all started coming together for me, you know, I was like mind blown. I'm a storyteller, that is what we do. And if I approach things as if I'm telling that story, I've been told before, like the way that I write is like people are reading a story. I'm like, why not harness that and capture that? So I actually took that inspiration and ran with it for the video submission that I submitted to Disney to actually live on their Disney Parks channel, which I will have information coming up in the future about that. But I kind of really latched on to that storytelling concept and ran with it. And then I remember at one point in the weekend, kind of almost jokingly just telling someone, you know, oh, when I was younger, I wanted to be a Disney animator. I have like a full stack of like how to draw. I took drawing lessons. I was horrible at it. I was really not great at it. And I remember telling someone the story, like kind of just an anecdote throughout the weekend, like, oh yeah, when I grew up, I wanted to be an animator, and it didn't work out because I have no drawing talent at all. And then I was kind of back at my hotel that evening after telling that person that. It was my Disney rep, actually. She was fantastic. I'll talk about that in a different video. because I want to get to the revelation in this one. And it hit me, like, the reason why I wanted to be an animator when I was younger was because I wanted to be a part of the story. It wasn't that I had like this intense love for drawing, because I got into drawing and I liked it and I took the lessons and I was okay at it, but I wasn't like, you could tell right off the bat, I was not going to be doing this professionally. So I enjoyed it, but the reason why I wanted to draw and why I wanted to be an animator is because I really enjoyed Disney films when I was younger, and I wanted to be a part of putting that story together. So then when you flash forward a little bit, I got really into dance, and I really enjoyed dance. It was kind of the same thing where I was on a number of dance teams, I danced competitively, and I got heavily into like choreography. I really enjoyed choreography with dance. I was good enough to dance like in college and things like that, but not good enough to have my parents encourage me to do dance as a lifelong profession. We'll just put it that way. But choreography is definitely something I loved. And it came back to, I loved putting the dances together because it told a story. And you could show whatever emotion or whatever, you know, feeling that you wanted to impress on your audience. You could bring that out through the movements and put the choreography together, and you could just show that story through movement. Then that hit me. And then the next step was, my mind was just blown because I am a short storyteller on YouTube. That is what I do now. And I went through all these different points in my life, and I never really had connected the fact that the theme that was the same throughout these, you know, to me, when you just look at all these different things, it just looks random. But then when you look at the theme that is running through all of them, I wanted to be a storyteller. And here I am on YouTube, telling short stories of the days of our lives, of the different things that we like. That is what I do for fun, obviously, but then it's just something that has apparently turned up to be a theme in my life. I am basically doing what I wanted to do as a child, just in a different way than I envisioned it. When that hit me, I was like, whoa, wait a second here, back up the train. I was just, I don't know. I mean, mind blown is the only way to put it. I was like, that's really cool. And from that, it gave me further inspiration to kind of think, okay, what can I then bring back and do with my channels and really play up this aspect of, I'm a storyteller. That is what we do on YouTube. I mean, I don't even feel like I'm explaining it right, which is ironic because I'm like cheerleading being a storyteller, and it's like you're telling a horrible story right now. But I cannot tell you how neat it was to realize that the goal that I was working towards with all these different like mini professions or mini hobbies that I had throughout my life, the animator, the choreographer, all those sorts of things, the end goal there was always to tell a story. And then for it to have full circle and find out like, oh yeah, I am a storyteller, and it is kind of like a mini profession for me. And it was really cool to come back around from it. So that was like my revelation and my inspiration that I came away from the conference with. I mean, that was a really big one to like realize, like, in an indirect way, you're kind of doing what you wanted to do when you were little and you said, when I grow up, I want to be blank. And you're kind of doing it. That's neat. It's really neat. So I think it also inspired me to get into my blog a little bit more. And I think that when I looked at blogging previous, I had tried to mirror what I was doing on YouTube, and then it just feels kind of stifled and trite, and I don't know, it just didn't feel right. So I feel like if I look at the blog, my written blog, is more of like just telling stories, what I'm interested in, doing like a Friday, like what I like now type of thing. Maybe it'll feel more natural and organic. And then a lot of the things that I do with YouTube, I'm already, I'm still planning on doing. They're already along the lines of being a storyteller, but it's kind of sparked that inspiration of, there's some new things that we can try here. I did come away with a lot of other realizations of the fact that, you know, to reach a broader audience, you have to try new things. So I definitely want to try some new things in 2015. It is, after all, the year to sparkle. And yeah, so I wanted to you guys to gently tell me your opinion along the way. If you really like a new type of video that I do, if you really kind of don't prefer it, let me know, and let me know the reasons why. And I'm just hoping that there'll be a lot of growth and a lot of fun on my channel in 2015. So that was my major revelation that I came away with from the conference, which I thought was pretty cool. And hopefully you guys think it's pretty cool too. You guys are gonna be seeing a lot of new types of videos coming up very soon. Thanks for watching and have a great day.